Welcome back to the 6 o'clock hour, talking about the legendary, no, again, the legend NFL Willie Davis. And before I bring on his baby sister, I want to share some background if this is your first time tuning in as well. And that is a plethora of information about the great character that he has. Absolutely. This is Willie Davis, a legacy of excellence and generational empowerment. Willie Davis, the legendary Green Bay Packers defensive end, epitomized grace, power, and charisma both on and off the field. As a young star, Davis was a commanding presence, tall, strikingly handsome, and radiating with youthful energy. Yet beneath the surface of his natural charm and magnetism was a man deeply rooted in purpose, discipline, and vision. Davis carried himself with a blend of humility and confidence that earned him admiration not just for his athletic prowess, but also for his impeccable character. Known for his commitment to preparation, he brought a level of showmanship to the game that was always grounded in sportsmanship. He played with intensity but maintained respect for teammates, opponents, and the game itself. This balance of competitive fire and respect earned him a reputation as a true gentleman of the sport. Off the field, Davis exemplified taking care of business in every sense, a trailblazer in an era when few athletes ventured into the corporate world. He earned an MBA from the University of Chicago while still excelling in football, a testament to his foresight and determination. Davis understood the importance of leveraging his platform and talent to create opportunities beyond the game, ultimately becoming a successful entrepreneur and executive. His ventures, which ranged from owning radio stations to serving on corporate boards, reflected his innovative spirit and commitment to breaking barriers for people of color. Davis's legacy extends far beyond the gridiron. Today, his family and broader community continue to benefit from the foundations he laid in business, character, and family values. His example serves as an inspiration for future generations, especially young people of color who see in his story the power of determination, education, and integrity. His contributions continue to guide efforts in fostering family love, supporting entrepreneurial dreams, and cultivating strong character. Willie Davis remains a beacon of excellence, a man who proved that success is not just measured in championships won, but in the lives uplifted and the doors open for others to follow. His enduring legacy shines as a reminder of what it means to lead with purpose, passion, and love for one's community. And with that said, I think it's his baby sister, Crystal Davis, is doing a phenomenal job at holding up the torch for his legacy, persevering, and at times, there's different times that things don't go your way. And all this time that she's been holding the torch and putting things together and just keeping his voice, his business, his character, his legend status alive. It is amazing. Absolutely. So, we can't always be perfect, but that is a testament. And so I want to bring on his baby sister, the one and only Crystal Davis. Absolutely. How are you today?
You know, I'm wonderful, well, and I'm thankful that you are the soldier, the strong woman that you are, and you're dedicated to the service that you are committed to. Now, I also want to thank you for reading that about Willie because I really have not heard some of those statements that were said in there, and I'm very glad I heard them because they really gave me more insight and light to Willie when he was younger. And
Mhm.
what I saw in hearing what you said was he and I were really a lot alike. You know, the word discipline, he was strong in discipline. I was weak in discipline,
Mm.
you know. Uh, and then there was another thing, and I said that not alike, but I mean alike. We were a lot alike because the things other than the discipline, it was something else that you said. Well, I didn't accomplish that, but we had a lot of the same characters. You know, the charm, the charisma, the happiness, the smile. You know, had the desire to help others, make sure others are well. You know, that's me, and this is a testament because Willie and I have a different mother. We have the same dad, so you could say that's a characteristic of our dad because our dad was the same way. He didn't meet no strangers. Daddy was always waving and smiling. How you doing? Hey, hey, man. Hey, mama. He never came into a place all quiet and because Daddy was he was like a shining star. He was very flamboyant. It was like something to see our dad, talk about him. But my different brothers, my other brothers, we just be cracking up. So to see, that even though we have the difference in age and difference in mom and difference in even raising and everything, we have a lot of the same characteristics. And that's what family, and you said that in there, something about family. I said, listen, it's so much of me in this story of Willie's life. I love hearing it because that's I could see DNA. That's why I said generational wealth. His wealth is my wealth. Maybe I can't spend it like he was able to spend his portion, but it's still mine. And this is what we're here to do today. We're here to gather that wealth that has been left behind now that he's gone. And the money is now just sitting somewhere in banks, and accounts just not doing anything. But no, Willie would move that money. He would make sure that money is helping those children and helping those veterans and helping those homeless people and helping those families over there with what he did, giving grants and just actually paying for people's, food and things, just the simple things, but it looks great to other people when they don't have it. So this is what we want to do as the team Willie Davis, Team Willie Davis Day. We are really picking up the torch, and I'm trying to get everybody else in their communities. You pick up the torch. Now, for me, Willie left a towel, so I got the towel, and now and I got the torch. There's somebody that left a generational wealth um, pattern in your life. Seek and find who left a way in your life that may not have lived, you may not have lived, or they may not have lived while you're living, but somewhere in your grandmother's mind, your aunties, somebody remembers what that trailblazing person did. So you need to ask somebody in your family, hey, who was wealthy? Who did something that, because we all have somebody that is connected to something greater than ourselves. And that's how we get built up, by being connected to somebody who cares, has something more they offer, they share. So we need to start really coming together. This is the time to come together, forgive one another, and be there to assist one another, because we grow up on all sides of the spectrum, but we all seemingly somehow come together in some form or fashion. We seemingly be in the same room and, here we go with our ebonics. We become drawn together for certain purposes, and it's generally God's purpose. So it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, or when Michael Jackson said, "Don't matter if you're black or white." If you've been called and chosen for a purpose, you're going to come together. God's going to make sure you get together, and that's what Willie Davis did.
Mhm.
He made it a way that made sure people on the team, people that was around him, they got together, they got along. They were often, not often, but it was said that somebody had a problem with racism, but after meeting and dealing with Willie, he helped them to get over racism. So these are the kinds of people that we need to be on today. Instead of saying this is racist and this is hatred, we need to be saying, hey, we had a situation in our community, at our school, and we were able to handle it. So we could handle racism. You can too. We got to take our own situations up. Willie's gone. All our other, Jim Brown, all our other community leaders that sought to show the underserved the way, they're gone. Everybody else, you better realize what they come to do. So you need to look for those. And we're showing you who we are. We're standing in the shadows, in the footsteps, and we ain't in the shadows no more because they're gone. So we're shining in their path of where they sit. So y'all need to come. $1,000,000march.us. I don't know who I'm talking to. You could be, in any position, but I guarantee you, I want to say, I bet you there's something in you that needs to connect to the Family Love Festival $1,000,000march.us, because that's what the website is, $1,000,000march.us. But it is the Family Love Festival, and it is the $1,000,000 March, which we do host yearly to raise funds for entrepreneurs, artists, those that have a need, those that have a platform to show. That's what we do. And this is why I'm saying to you, get involved. We don't have time to sit up here and keep playing games and talking about what's going on and who's racist and what the system is doing and what the white man's doing and what the devil's doing. You need to be doing something, and you need to be connected to someone and something that's doing something for the greater good for all of us, but mainly for you and yours. All right, sister. Praise the Lord. Thank
Mm-mm. Wait a minute. Now, when people hear that and you have these events, and like you shared that some of the characteristics that your brother has, you say that you don't have, and and it's one thing to give direction to other people, but then don't exemplify those things yourself. What do you want to say to that?
That's a great question because, like I said, he had the discipline. I lacked discipline. I was a wild child. You understand? I lived in 1960s. He was, growing up in the 1930s and 40s. So it was very tense, and they didn't have the freedom that we had. I grew up with freedom, complete freedom, if you want to know.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the opposite thing. If I didn't want to go to school, well, not after under 18, but after
Mm-hmm.
18, 19, if I didn't want to go, I didn't have to go. So I dropped out of college. I didn't have time. If I didn't want to work, well, they say you don't work, don't eat. Um, but I still had daddy then. So it was like, Dad, know. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but the point of it was, I did things that I wanted to do because I was an artist. So to say this, um, do as I say and not as I do, that's really real. That's what they used to say back in the day. Look, you do what I tell you to do. Don't do what I do because you're not me. I'm the leader. I'm the parent. I'm the guide. You're the student. You're the child. You're the follower. You're learning, but you're not learning necessarily from my actions. You are, but you're supposed to be learning from my words and what I've written, because that's the
Let's talk
what
about
I
that.
do. What I do. That's my life. That you might not need to be watching. You might not need to know. So that's why coming up, doing the things, we had a church life, we had a home life, we had a club life, we had a school life, we had a work life. And in each of those lives and settings, people had different positions. You understand? I mean, if I break it down how I was coming through all of those things, you'd be like, girl, that's why we talk about certain things. We need to teach these girls and guys how to have etiquette, how to be, how to keep yourself, how to protect yourself wherever you are the best you can. Know how to keep out of danger, know how to, know. See, these are things that you learn when you're wild. You don't generally learn a lot when you're secluded. You go out there and then you find it out on your own, and nobody taught you. So when I talk to people, I'm talking from experience. And that's why I talk adamant, because I already know I ain't got time for all that. And people say, you don't listen. Well, sometimes I don't listen because I know where you're going and I don't want to hear it. I just want you to do what I said do. Don't give me no explanations. And that's why they say, Crystal, you're a dictator. So anyway, yeah, Willie exemplified different things than I did, totally. He stood by what he did. He was not a person that indulged in things that like we did, like um, I won't say drugs because I didn't do drugs, but I'm a marijuana advocate. Hemp, as we say, I'm a hemp THC advocate.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Amen.
Billy didn't do those things. Billy didn't even drink, I don't think. If he did, it was very sociable at home. So he was totally dedicated to what he was into. He was like they call me the mad scientist when I'm in here doing things. He was totally consumed by what he did and traveled. He didn't have time for a lot of socializing. He didn't have time for a lot of lollygagging and hanging out. If you weren't about business, if you weren't about making it happen, if you weren't about making the next play, this, that, and the other, you weren't about Willie Davis. So he didn't have time for all that. He was not there. That's why he and I were different. I didn't see him much. But when I did, I knew that's my brother. He knew that's my sister. Oh, Lord, here she come, girl. you know, but
Mm-hmm.
it's love. And he didn't down me. He didn't talk about me or don't come around me. He didn't, and because I wasn't low life like that. I just was just, hey, you could see me like this little girl growing up in like a little rich girl coming into her dad's or her brother's business. Hi, that's what I was. I was the boss's sister or the boss's daughter. So that's the attitude I had because I wasn't working. I didn't have to stay in here. I'm just passing through, seeing what y'all doing. So they looked at me like, oh, she's a prima donna, because that's what his wife said, the first wife. And I asked her for a job. I don't know. I start talking. I told you this is my therapy. Don't ever. But I asked for a job one time over there. And she goes, why would I hire you? She said, why would I spend my money training you? And after 6 months, you leave, you quit. I'm like, I couldn't really say anything because that was pretty much my method. After 6 months, I was gone. And I was 21, 22. And she said, oh, you just a prima donna, please. And I was like, a prima donna? What is a prima donna? So all I can say, y'all, follow the truth, follow the reality of your dreams. If it's really your dream is founded in truth and reality, and it needs to be done because you see the world and you say, I have a dream to fix this. I have a dream to make that happen. I can dream to make that better. That's what we need. We need dreamers to step up. That's why we have the platform, $1 Million March. Shout out. Willie was a dreamer. And that's why we have Willie's Fields of Dreams that we're going to display, because all of this correlates with what he did. He was on the board of MGM United Artists, and the hotels that they built and the things that he helped them plan. This is all, that's why I said that's generational wealth. Now that we come, ask them to support with scholarships, ask them to support with grants for our programs that Willie ordinarily supported anyway. So
Hmm.
this is where we are coming. We're coming to those who have made the millions and billions off of our intellectual properties and our generational ancestors who have put so much into building this country and this world, that we are coming to get some of that.
Mm-hmm.
These generations, these young ones, so my generation is leading that, because I'm the generation after Willie's generation. Really, I am. I'm 64. He's 90 right now. Resting in
So
that
they
place.
say,
So this is what we're coming after. So the Tuesday telethon, December 10th, it's real. Y'all will look for an invitation to support. We're starting off this offering with $50. This $50 request is being requested on December 10th. We're starting it off. If y'all could start off with $50, just $50 to help us combat all of the ills that are facing our communities and been facing it. And they got some plans. I saw. Terrell sent me something from Ceasefire. This is what they were saying. We're not going back because they want to bring back some of those old laws that put us, in jail for doing this and doing that and just really coming down hard. Search without probable cause. All these things could come back again because, see, these were laws that they changed so they could, give them some slack, be lenient on the people in the community. Now they don't try to bring them back. They're trying to bring them back for this new season. So this is why we're getting in gear. We have training programs, intern programs. We are here to get our people off the streets, whether you homeless, mentally tripping, whatever. I talked to MC Harris last night. He was telling me how he was going through his drug relapses and everything and doing this and how you get triggers and how you got to stay places. But the boy kept on fighting. Not, excuse me, the boy, that's disrespectful, but the man has kept on fighting, and I'm so excited about him because he's the one they're calling on to fill in positions, with his mental health position, working with LA County mental health, so that, hey, he's the only one because he's dedicated. He's been through it. He's seen it. So now he's the one that is there to help teach and get these off the streets. That's why we're teaming up. He's on the team. These are all the people that you introduced me to. And they're responding to what this call is. He said he's going to be there today. Lorenzo's going to be there today. They don't know I'm not going to be there today. And I want y'all to know the reason I'm not going to be there today, one, I couldn't get a flight out. They were going to send me around the way. I didn't want to catch the long 6-hour bus because I still needed to get work done. This was only a 2-day process of getting it together. So I really didn't have time to leave, and people needed money. So I really didn't have money after a while because I had to send people money so they could be there and do things for me for the printing. Just so this is sometimes what happened. But I'm going to be on Zoom. I have a Zoom link that we've sent out. So you'll see the Zoom and they're going to find out, oh my Lord, she's in Vegas. Yes, I'm here. So glad you all are there in Beverly Hills at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel having breakfast to honor Willie Davis. So that's what it's all about. If I'd have told them I wouldn't go be there, somebody else would say, well, I ain't going either. So you don't do as I do. You do as I say do, because it's for all of our benefit, and yours is the greatest benefit when you
Hold
obey.
on. Well, one other thing, because I'm sure if I'm thinking it, somebody else is thinking it. And before we conclude this podcast, remember that as being part of a teamwork, we actually do what we say we're gonna do as well. And what I hear, and if somebody else is paying, uh, very close attention, this is your brother. So a 6-hour bus ride for other people to get together, come off of different jobs and do some things. They need at least at this time, because it can go into another conversation. But at this
Okay,
time, I
okay,
would
let me
like
get
for
on. Do I
you
need to wait?
to
Hold on. Do I
look.
need to
I
put
need
my
you to
camera on?
thank them
Do
in
I need to
advance.
put my
I need you
camera
to at
on?
least
Wait,
thank them
hold
in
on.
advance.
No, listen. I got this covered, Nichelle. I'm in Las Vegas. I got a team in Vegas. So I'm going to be out on Fremont Street with my keyboard and my microphone. So when the Zoom comes on and everybody's saying, well, where's Chris? What? And also, when I really looked at it, all the power that's going to be over there in the house at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel is going to be so powerful. I do not need to be there. I need them to network, because that's major people coming up over there. I already know. And ain't going to be no 20 and 30, I don't believe. We only had reservations for 12 to start because, like I said, we only put this together in 2 days. MC sent it all out. He said, well, I didn't know. I thought it was a gala. I said, well, hey, it's okay because people are paying. You order from the menu. This is, because I didn't say tickets or anything, and nobody reserved, nobody called to say they were coming. But those who did say that I invited, that they're working and doing something, that are on the team, I'm sending cash apps to make sure their parking is paid, making sure they got gas, make sure they can eat something from the menu, because they're my teammates. They're working and doing stuff on behalf of me and Willie. So that's how I do. I had to make sure because they're representing me and this thing. That's the media, and that's the guy who's in the chest turn. All the people who these are the leaders who are doing something. They need to meet each other because they're going to be able to support each other's what work that they're doing in their various communities. I got Compton coming there. I got Inglewood coming. I got Antelope Valley coming. I got Westwood coming. You hear me? I got Marina Del Rey coming. These are people that are coming to Beverly Hills because of this 2-day invitation they got. And the rest of them are going to be on Zoom, coming out of Virginia, coming out of, I think they all in Virginia over there. And the other one's going to be coming out of Vegas. And well, I'm going to be coming out of Vegas too. So this is not anything that's going to be like, oh my God, this is getting ready to be epic, because this is what I always wanted, a simulcast. We got a team over here. We got a team over there. We got a team over there. And we all getting it done because we're all together on the same thing, Willie Davis Day, and this is how we're doing it. So
And is
you
it
gotta
somewhere
have to
that
put
we'll
it
be
on
able
them. You
to
gotta have to
watch
put
it?
the element. You gotta have to put the element surprise on people, because if I just continue just to and they're depending on me, looking up to me. No, y'all get it together for yourself. You know what it is. I send them agenda. Jerry
I
Bell is
wonder
there.
if I
And
operated like
Jerry Bell, Jerry, girl, you can't. You're not wired like me. You know you are the educated superwoman teacher. Got everybody on task. Are you kidding me? Show up for everything, and before everybody get there and put it together. No, you couldn't do that.
so
Only I
where
do
can
that.
we watch this morning? Is it possible?
I'll
Because
text you the Zoom. I'll text you the Zoom link,
okay,
and you, if you want to,
if
just
I'm available, I'll be able to
yeah,
come
because I know
in.
you're at
But
the
yeah,
Megan Thompson
somebody's gonna record
store.
it, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be recorded.
Okay, so we'll be able to feature some parts of one of these podcasts.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Thank you, Johnny.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, everyone. I hope I gave you insight into me, how I really flow, because it really makes a
You
difference.
did. No.
Thank you so much.
Lord Jesus.
So
Amen.
let's go. $1 million March. Got
Yes.
us. Look to see you there. Get involved. Make a comment. I'll get it and get back with you. Peace.
All right, peace.